welcome back. This is your girl, Jas.Inspires. Welcome. This is the Ask Jas series, and I am so excited that y'all are here. Today, I am going to be talking about how working out can actually help boost your income. We're going to get into some really good things tonight, especially if you are a mommy, you are in for a real treat. So I'm really excited to be here. Y'all know I always do this every Tuesday, and it's so fun. I really miss coming on here the weeks that I do miss it, but I've been pretty consistent seeing y'all. And y'all have been a part of the Ask Jas series from day one. So thank you so much for coming through and supporting. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jas.Inspires, and I am a business coach, okay? My company is called Levels on Demand, and I help my clients achieve sales and clients on demand. So at any point, if you see any of my social media content or if you see any of my videos and you're like, hey, I really need some help, I really need some more help, don't be shy. You can slide into my DMs. Y'all, I know before we get started, I always play a song, but I really want to dedicate this video to a client of mine who recently is going through a divorce. And I want this to be an encouragement to her. There are a lot of women that are watching this video today that are going through things. And I want you all to be encouraged, because no matter the woes of life, no matter the unexpectancy, greater is always on the other side. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Hey, Alicia, welcome in, Queen. But as you come in, please make sure that you share this video. You like this video, y'all. Listen, like I said, y'all know every week we come in here, we talk about some really good stuff. So make sure that you share this video and tag somebody, invite somebody in, because we're going to talk about some good details tonight. And so tonight's song, I'm going to play Vito, You Got It. Hey, Queens. What's going on with y'all this Tuesday night? Tell you jaded, baby, wipe your eyes. Welcome in, Queens. Welcome in. Come on in. So excited to see you guys tonight. How are you, Alicia? How's your Tuesday going? Think you deserve it. Your purpose, hey. Hey. It's you and me. Fix your credit, girl, get at it. Back up. Hit that gym and get back fine. Hey, that's you, Alicia. Focus on me. Potential that you didn't know you had in you. Hey, doing great. You look beautiful, by the way. Thank you so much, Alicia. I'm happy to see you tonight, girlie. How's the baby? So much. Don't let nobody tell you that it's over. No, girl, you got it, you got it, yeah, you got it, yeah, little baby, I'm gonna make it known. Hey, what is he gonna do? Look at that queen up in here. Siobhan, you look great today. Thanks, Siobhan. Welcome in, queen. This is a really good topic for you. I know you were excited. That girl just got her certification. It's so exciting as a personal trainer. Oh, we celebrating tonight, y'all. We're talking about some physical stuff tonight. Got it. He is one and thrive, and I'm so excited to hear this topic because, girl, I'm struggling. I got you, girl. I got you. Listen, we're going to reveal some good secrets, especially if you are a mommy or a new mommy, or you've been struggling with baby weight. Y'all, we're going to get into it because it is a challenge. Siobhan says, yes. Hey. Some of you ladies are going through some things. Listen, nothing's going to stop y'all, okay? I don't care if it's a divorce. I don't care if it's finances, whatever you're going through tonight. I hope this encourages you because you can reach your best potential, y'all. Yeah. You got it, Siobhan, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna make it known. Hey, girl, what is he gonna do? And get your glow, girl. Get it, you got. Alicia, you got so much. Hey. I'm gonna make it known. All right, y'all. Well, we're at the end of the song. We're at the end of the song, so y'all know what happens when the songs go off. That's when we get started. You can go ahead. If you are rocking with me, drop a crown in the comments. Ladies, if you are rocking with me, drop a crown in the comments. If you are some kings up in here, queens, I need to see who is up and alive tonight, okay? So if you are in here rocking with me, go ahead and drop a crown in the comments, y'all. Y'all know I can't get started until y'all do that. I love coming on here. I love coming on here talking to y'all. And like I said, y'all, we're unstoppable, ladies. We are unstoppable no matter what comes our way, no matter what happens. Oh, I see those crowns coming in. I see those crowns coming in no matter what happens. We just keep it going. You know, we keep it going. We keep pushing. We keep beating the odds. That's just what we do. That's how we were built, right? And so you guys know, for those of you who don't know me, I am a business coach. I said it at the beginning. My company is called Levels on Demand, and I help women build, brand, and launch their businesses online, okay? So I'm super passionate about it, and I help people generate clients on demand and sales on demand. And so tonight, this is the fitness edition, y'all. Before we get started, let me see some strong arms. Let me see those strong arms up in there. Let me see them strong arms in the comments, y'all, because this is the fitness edition. Matter of fact, I think I'm creating history right now because I have never done a fitness edition as long as I've been on here. Yeah, I don't think I have. So yeah, y'all, let's celebrate that. Woo! So awesome. Making sure I'm getting this. Got something in my eye. Yeah, y'all, I don't think I've ever done a fitness edition at all. Like, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever done that. So this is awesome. Yay! Well, y'all know usually I come on here. For those of you who don't know, if this is your first time, I usually come on here and I encourage you. We do go over the Word of God. We talk about some things, and we really help with our spiritual eyes and our perspective of what that has to do with our business, how we see the world, and what changes we can make as we're walking into entrepreneurship. But today, we're going to talk about something a little differently, and that is fitness. And so even though fitness is, you know, when it comes to body and some of the physical things that we do, it may not be as important as you think it is. You know, a lot of times we think about fitness, we feel really condemned about it. We're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could do that, or I should have done that. And today I don't want to condemn you. I just want to give you some practical tips. We've all been there. I also want to really hone in for moms because it was a challenge for me. I'm going to share my story a little bit. It's a challenge for some women currently in regards to kind of shedding that baby weight. And it's like, man, I'm never going to get this weight off, you know, and you don't feel like yourself, you know, as your body is carrying the baby, it is sucking literally all of the nutrients out of your body. All you are is to take care of that baby. Okay. That's the only thing that matters. So it's not about your weight at that time. It's not about the way you look. Whatever happens to your body, you just, you know, you keep it going because you have to provide for this child and give them the nutrients that they need to survive. And so once you deliver that child, it's like, okay, I want to get back to me. Now, how do I do that? So we're going to talk about it. But before I get into it, you guys, I want to go over just a couple of scriptures that really bring some clarity on this point and talk about why this is important, why fitness is important. Okay, so let's start with Hebrews 12:11. Hebrews 12:11 says, for the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, right? But later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. To those who have been trained by it. Discipline, y'all. As we know, it's a huge part of working out is having that discipline and being able to knock it out. And so it does. You know, it's painful. Like that scripture says, it's painful rather than pleasant. But later, it does yield peaceful fruit. It does yield peaceful fruit in our discipline. Let's read 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 through 20. It says, do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. Hey, Jay, welcome in, Queen. Therefore, honor God with your bodies, okay? So I know a lot of times when people hear that scripture, they're thinking about sexual things, which obviously it implies for that as well. But what we're talking about is understanding that the body that God has given us has to be glorified from the inside out, right? There are some physical things that we can do in our health there are some things that we can do in regards to just knowing that, hey, God, you have a mission for me, Lord. I need to be in my best tip-top shape to be able to fulfill this mission, God. I want to live a long life. For me, there's some personal things that I love doing. I love going out of the country, okay? In my college days, we would go out of the country or, would travel around different cities and we would spread the gospel, okay? It'd be really hard to do that if my health was bad. Now, I wasn't eating the best in college, but for the most part, I was trying to stay healthy. And we're going to go into that because, some of you guys on here, you're looking to be the next bodybuilder, okay? I'm coming on here just to talk to people who just want some daily practical tips to stay fit, okay? And so let's go to the third one. So the third verse is 1 Timothy 4:8, and it says, "For physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come." That's the key right there. For both the present life and the life to come. See, many times when I'm on here, I'm talking about godly things. I'm talking about spiritual things, right? But today we're going to talk about the physical things, because even in the scriptures, we can see one of the apostles actually said, for physical training, it is of some value, okay? So just because we focus on godliness a lot doesn't mean that physical training has no value at all. It does have value. And so obviously not more than godliness, but it does have some value. And we're going to talk about that tonight. Before we get started, y'all start dropping those strong arms in the comments for me. Start dropping those strong arms in the comments for me. I want to see those muscles. Flex on me. It doesn't matter. Some of y'all may be thinking, I don't got no muscle. We're not talking about, I just need you to drop a strong arm in there for me to see what's going on with y'all. Okay, because we're going to get you some muscles. Okay, we're going to talk about my routine. We're going to talk about some of the things I've gone through, some of the challenges. I see you, Michaela. I see those strong arms. We're going to talk about some of the challenges. Hey, Priscilla, welcome in, Queen. We're going to talk about all that. So first, let me kind of share my experience very briefly. So some of you guys know I have a 3-year-old, okay? I'm a mommypreneur. And let me tell you, being active is not an easy thing, especially for moms and especially for entrepreneurs. Obviously, it's a challenge for everybody, but especially for, and whether you're a single mom or whatever the case may be, you're trying to run a business and you're working from home and you got a lot of different things you're trying to do. Desleen says, wow, great info. Had kids back to back. Can't get the weight off. Don't feel like myself. Oh, I definitely get that, Desleen. We're about to dive right into it. And so when I had my daughter, like I said, who's now 3 years old, she turned 3 last week. And I had the worst pregnancy ever, y'all. I was diagnosed with preeclampsia. I started to gain crazy weight. A lot of it was water weight. So there was some water weight there. My blood pressure was crazy high, and I had never had high blood pressure in my life, to the point where I went in, just for a regular checkup, to check on the baby. And they're like, oh, well, you coming back here. We about to have this baby today. Okay. I was only at 7 months. And, I just thank God that they caught me when they caught me, because I was working out during my pregnancy, but I started to experience, like lower back pains and things like that. So I started to take it a little bit more easy. But that weight came on. I gained about, I believe it was 76 pounds during my pregnancy. So that's almost 100 pounds, y'all, that I gained during that pregnancy. And once I actually had her, I had a lot of different complications. Her heart was stopping while I was going through labor. And so I literally had to do an emergency C-section, and I did not expect to do an emergency C-section. And so she ended up being premature. And so she was in the NICU for 2.5 weeks. She was going through things in her health. My baby, I'm going through things in my health. I'm healing through a C-section. I could barely walk. So my pregnancy was the worst ever. And I am not pain tolerant at all. Okay. There's some people that they can really take high amounts of pain. I cannot take any type of pain, y'all. So going through this whole process, I am literally in the hospital going through it mentally. I don't feel like myself. I can't walk. I always need assistance to get up and walk. And as you guys know, if you ladies on here, there are any moms on here who've ever had a C-section, you know that a C-section is a very deep abdominal pain surgery, right? So a lot of people don't understand. That is a very deep surgery, and they cut right through your bottom abs. And I'm going to talk about targeting that tonight, because that was my huge problem area. Once they cut through those bottom abs, it's almost like you go numb down there. You can't really feel it. And so they're cutting through those abs, and it's hard for them to get strong again, compared to other women who just, push out their babies and could just hop up the next day. Okay. So it's a lot different. Queen Kelly, welcome in, Queen. Hey, Jackie, welcome in. Says, I've had 3 of them, girl. I know. Yes, it is. Okay. Yes. I got somebody who understands. Desleen says, yes, twice was a lot on all levels. Yes, my last, she was 2. Okay, Priscilla. So yeah, so you ladies know exactly how that goes, right? And it becomes a problematic area down there for us. And so those are some of the complications I had through the pregnancy. And obviously, hey, Queen, I had to try to get rid of this. I see another C-section mommy up in here. I had to try to get rid of this weight, y'all. And so, once I had the baby, it was very hard. I did experience postpartum depression. Some of you guys have heard about that at the very beginning of my Ask Jas series when I talked about it and shared my story. But awesome, thank you. Thanks, Queen Kelly. I see you, girl. She says, you always talk on such good topics. Thank you. You are welcome. You ladies are what I do this for every week. I love it. Thank you so much. But so going through this whole process, I went through, postpartum depression, and I want to talk about the mentality behind weight. We have to understand when you have excessive weight on you, when you have extra weight. So everybody, according to their body type, has a weight that they should be at, right? That's healthy for us, right? And so anytime you pack on extra weight, if you're writing or taking notes tonight, I want you to understand when you pack on extra weight, there are extra issues there. And you may not think that there are any issues there because maybe you've been at that weight for so long and you're just kind of used to it. But anytime there's a person that has excessive weight on their body, there are extra issues there. There are underlying issues there, okay? And that's completely okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you, but mentally those issues are piled up in your mind and you don't realize it. That's the very first thing I want you guys to address, because it is a mind thing. When you talk about working out, when you talk about changing some of your eating habits, it is a mind thing. If you are rocking with me, I want you to drop a crown in the comments. I see y'all up in here. We got a lot of C-section mommies. If you're rocking with me, drop a crown in the comments. Jackie says, I agree. And honestly, you really don't know. You really don't see that clearly until you actually lose the weight. When you lose all of that weight, you realize just how many issues and mental things you had going on with yourself. I experienced that for myself. So I know for a fact, anytime there is weight, there are extra mental issues that maybe we push back into the back of the closet. We don't want to think about anymore. We're just used to. And so we have to consider and remember that the very first thing, I see those crowns, queens, I see those crowns. The very first thing that we want to remember is that it is additional issues that's going on in the mind first that allows us to get to those, that level of weight. So that's the very first thing I want to talk about. Now let's talk about my routine. I want to talk about my routine right now. Priscilla says, it is mental and emotional. I'm over 100 pounds overweight, free from so much. Yes, this still remains. I understand that so much, Priscilla. She said, but yet that still remains. And Priscilla says, it's the deep ones that show this way. I definitely get that. I actually want to share my routine with you ladies because I felt very discouraged. Once I had my baby and I was still healing from the C-section, I felt like I don't know if I would ever truly get back to my original size. And the reason I felt like that was because not only did I have this extra weight on me, but now I have an extra responsibility, okay? It ain't like you just had the extra weight come on and your life stays the same after having the baby. No, your life completely changes because you have to care for the baby. You're losing sleep. You're breastfeeding. You're doing all these different things going on. You're being a mom. Some of you are married. You're still trying to take care of your husband, take care of the house. So now you have additional responsibilities and you're trying to figure out how in the world am I going to make any time for myself to make these changes? And that's where I was mentally. So what I did was when I first had my baby, I woke up and I made a decision that I was going to wake up early in the morning. Okay. I know that this is hard to do. I know it is. For some of you, you can't. For some of you, like to do nights. I don't recommend nights. I always recommend first thing in the morning to get it knocked out for that discipline. But some of you can only do nights, and I understand that. But the very first thing I recommend doing, and what I do, is I do wake up early in the morning, okay? So I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning. Sometimes it's at 5 a.m. Sometimes it's at 6 a.m., okay? It's between those 3 hours, depending on what type of night I had before with my baby, okay? So everything's not gonna always be perfect, but you just kind of make the slow strides towards towards it, you know? And so I do wake up extra early to do my routines. Okay, that's a part of my routine. I work out 4 times a week. 4 times a week, okay? So I work out Monday and Tuesday, rest Wednesday, work out Thursday and Friday, and I get to rest the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and I start back on Monday again, okay? So that is my routine. So I've committed to that. That's the very first thing that I've done. So it is challenging because I have a baby. So most people can just wake up and go to the gym, okay? They can just, the gym was like my sanctuary besides church. It was like my sanctuary, okay? When I'm in the gym, nobody matters but Jasmine. I'm not a coach. I'm not a mommy. I'm nothing but Jasmine. And to me, that means so much to me because I'll always remember my pure identity first, you know, as a person first. I'm not labeled by titles. I'm Jasmine first. And then I am a mom. Then I am all of these things. I'm a business coach. So going into the gym was like a sanctuary for me, okay? And once I had the baby, I couldn't do that. So what I did was I woke up at 4 a.m. Oh, I said, let me hop in these comments before I continue on. Okay, Queen Cuz says, and debilitation. Theo says, I see and agree. Lots of love, niece. Love you. Priscilla says, getting up early is a huge game changer. It is. It is. And she says, you go, baby girl. She's so sweet. So yeah, waking up early in the morning, and the very first thing I do is so my problem area is abs, y'all. Okay, my problem area has always been the stomach. Okay, for me. Listen, your girl is the cookie monster of the family. That's my nickname in my family. They know I am the cookie monster. Okay, I'm the girl that when I go to Chick-fil-A, I ask them, I wait to get up into the front of the window because I want that full bag of the oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I can't just buy one. I need the full bag that's sitting up there by the window. That's $7.50, I believe. Okay? And it's about 8 count. It's an 8 count of those big old oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. Okay? And every time I eat these cookies, they go straight to my stomach. Okay? So that is, I know my weaknesses. Y'all got to be real with your weaknesses. If it's chips, that's my second biggest weakness, is some honey sweet heat barbecue chips. You give me some sweet heat barbecue chips and you slap that cookie on the side with chocolate, baby, I'm good for the night, okay? Don't call my phone. Don't talk to me. I'm chilling. I'm good. You got to figure out what those snacks are for you, okay? That is my snack. So I realized that going through this whole process, and I had to be honest with myself, okay? She says, I have 5 children and it helps you, your family and your relationship with God. Amen. So good, so good. So y'all, that's my weakness, okay? Confession. Your girl is a cookie girl, okay? I'm the cookie monster of the family. She told me I'm eating chips right now. It's always tomorrow, queen. It's always tomorrow. But y'all, that's my weakness. Listen, that's my weakness. Even my dad, he's so sweet. He would always bring home sweet heat chips or chocolate peanut M&Ms and things like that to surprise me. I love chocolate. Chocolate and that salt and that chocolate together is just so good. I don't know why. But anyways, that is my weakness. And so what I would do is I wake up and I start targeting abs. Okay, so I'll do either planks, and or I will do the bicycle, because the bicycle targets the upper and the lower abs. Okay, now the biggest question that I get is about the snatched waist. Everybody is asking me about my waistline. Listen, I'm finna give y'all my secret, because it took some work to get it, but once I knew the move to do it, it happened for me, okay? So what I would do is I would target and actually work out my abs before I did my cardio. Why? Because muscle burns fat. So as soon as you do your cardio, this area of my body is already heated up. So whatever fat is down there is gonna burn during my cardio. It's actually gonna burn throughout the entire workout. So I'll always target my abs and my stomach. That is my problem area. If your problem area is legs and thighs, you know, butt and hips, then you might want to target that area before you actually do your cardio, okay? Because that's going to activate it. It's going to heat up that area. And then when you do your cardio, it's going to blast that fat. So that's what I do. But listen, back to the snatched waist. For the snatched waist, what I do, y'all, and I'm telling y'all, it's challenging, but baby, if you want that waist snatched, you got to do side planks. You got to do side plank pull-throughs, y'all. I'm talking about when you are on your elbow, side planks, and you lift that arm all the way up and you make it come inside like that. You will feel the burn, and you do it again and you make it come inside like that. You got to reach all the way back and you come out. Your whole side is going to be burning, y'all. That whole waistline, it's going to eat up all of that back fat. It's going to eat up all that waist. It's going to eat up all of that, y'all. I'm serious. It works, but you have to be consistent with it. And like I said, if this is your problem area, go ahead and get your reps in before you even hop into that cardio. Because when you hop into that cardio, it's going to burn all of that. Okay, so Jas.In says, before having kids, I could drop the weight so fast. Now I don't understand. I diet and seem to gain. Never been a gym person, but I want motivation to go because it's going to be me time. I can get that, Jas.In, and we'll talk about that too. Because there is a difference between, there are two different ways. You can do, eating and working out as well. Obviously, a combination is going to give you the best results, but we're going to talk about that too. Queen Kelly says, what do you mean by target? She said, okay, got it. Awesome. So you get what I mean by targeting those abs. Yes. Priscilla, Lord, give me the side plank anointing. Honey, the side plank is going, listen, that's y'all want to know my secret. I have so many people ask me about my waistline. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, look, it's hard. But baby, that side plank is going to eat up all of this, honey. Your waist is going to be snatched. Okay? So that's the very first thing. So that's what I do. I warm up those abs. I warm up my mid area. And then I do cardio. Now, when I do cardio, I do bursts. Okay? So you guys have got to, this is the most important. You got to get to a place where you can run as hard as you can to where your heart feels like it's going to burst. Okay? Your heart should feel like it's about to bust open. Okay? All of this just walking is not going to cut it, y'all. Okay? When you first start working out, obviously you have to gradually grow into it. So walking is okay. But every time you should be challenging yourself on every workout. You should not be used to the same stuff every workout. Okay? So do the same things for a week and you should be changing it up the next week. Your body has to know that it can't stay the same. Okay? So if you're walking Monday, Tuesday, break on Wednesday, and the Thursday, Friday, that's not going to do the body anything. You're only going to reach a certain plateau. You have to always constantly challenge. She said, Queen Kelly's laughing at Priscilla. Queen Kelly says, girl, this is so for me. I love walking. Yes. Walking is good. There is nothing wrong with walking. But what I'm saying is if you want to see results, you have got to run because through your workout, your heart has to get to a certain heart zone, okay? So there's a certain zone that your heart has to get to. That's why if you ever done like HIIT cardio, if you ever gone to like a HIIT class and they're timing you and you're going through the different things, the whole goal about HIIT is you got to keep your heart in a certain range to keep that fat burning, okay? I know this is hard, y'all. Listen, I know it is. I don't want y'all to feel overwhelmed with this. I want you to start out day by day, even if it's only committing to 3 things. Something for arms, 1 move for arms, 1 move for the stomach, and 1 move for legs and butt. Even if you're just starting with just 1 thing, y'all, it's very important to at least start somewhere, okay? So I'm talking about, once you get to the advanced area, but you guys will be moderating some things right now. Yes, HIIT is high intensity training. Yes, Priscilla. Get your heart about to explode, then let it slow down for 30 seconds, then get it back up. Do this back and forth for at least 7 minutes a day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can do that as well. I like to just keep it because I work out in my house. So I'm like running back and forth pretty much. I have like a designated area where I'm running back and forth and I'm just keeping it going. And when I feel like my heart is about to explode, I probably walk 1 or 2 times and then I'm in battle ropes. Okay, so I recently found some battle ropes, y'all. I was so excited at Burlington. I found some battle ropes for like $30. And so, those ropes, those big ropes that are at the gym, they got them where you can bring them home. So I do those for my arms. Okay, and I also move my waistline with that so it can continue to burn the waist, and I'm back on cardio again. Okay, then I hop off cardio and I love doing push-ups. Okay, some of you guys want that definition up here, that neckline, these arms, all this other stuff. All of that is from upper strength, and push-ups usually does it for me, okay? Now, it's hard to do floor push-ups. I believe I can do them now. I think I can do floor push-ups now, but I started with elevated push-ups. So if you have one of those blocks where you're doing elevated push-ups, or even if you have, the side of a couch, okay? That armrest, do those push-ups. That's gonna help all of that. And it also helps, ladies, the boobage, okay? That helps your boobs kind of stay sitting up a little bit for your mommies that breastfed, okay? Let's just be real about it. That's what those push-ups are gonna do that. So, yeah, I do my push-ups, and then I also do other things with the dumbbells, depending on what it is. And the next is back exercises. So I get on the floor, I'll do my little Superman pose, things like that. It just depends. Like I said, I change up I change up my different positions depending on the day, right? So if I know I did this position twice so far, okay, we're gonna go and do this the next 2 times. And so, yeah, so then I do that, I hop back into cardio again. With me, I know my body type. I take on weight very easily and I love to eat. And we're gonna go into the healthy part about it, the eating habits too. Queen Kelly, she says, girl, you make me feel like I can do this. You are anointed to empower. Oh, that means so much, Queen Kelly. Thank you. And you can do it, Queen. You can do it. Like I said, if I'm a mommy, listen, I get up at 4 a.m. My baby still sleep. Even if it's at 5 or 6, I know she still sleep. And she usually gets up around 7-ish, 8-ish. So I know if I could just at least get up during those times, take a shower, start working, you know, yeah, I'm good to go. Starting in the sink yesterday. What did you start in the sink yesterday, Priscilla? How long do you keep up the cardio part? Okay, good question, Queen Kelly. So for me, I usually do, I don't know, I just love running so much, y'all. It's like now it's kind of like a free outlet for me. So now when I do my cardio, sometimes I'll run back and forth for like 10 minutes, right? So maybe 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes it could turn into 30 minutes. So I have to keep watching the clock. But I know my body so well now. I know when I feel like I've given it my all and it's time to switch into another move and then hop back into the cardio. But I would just say start off with 15 minutes. Oh, sink push-ups. Okay, cool. So I would just start off with 15. You can do 15 minutes, yeah. And then you can end your workout with the blast too, and that'll be your cardio as well. Have you always loved running, or did you I acquired a love for running. I started running in one of the hardest times of my life. I literally had nothing. I would just run up and down the road when I was staying with family members and friends, and I just learned to love it. It was an outlet for me, especially going through a lot of things relationally. Anytime I felt like I wanted to get out my anger, anytime I felt like I was just so angry and so frustrated, I would literally run until I couldn't run anymore. And once I exhausted my body out, I was good. But that's kind of how I felt for a love for running. And then, you know, you got your headphones in, you zoned in, so it's good. Yeah. So, yeah. So we talked about arms and chest. We talked about abs. Oh, squats. Oh, my fave. I should go and get my resistance bands. So listen, your girl loves her resistance bands. I'm huge on that. My sister is so amazing. She got me some new resistance bands this past Christmas. And so, resistance bands are awesome. So squats are awesome. I'm not sure what you guys are trying to do. Grow that booty, grow your hips. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I love doing hip abductions with the waistbands. So sitting kind of like this and making sure that body is at a kind of like an angle where your back is straight, and you should feel all of your glutes being activated. And so that's what we call glute activation. And then once my legs continue to, you know, I activate my glutes first before I even work out my legs or my butt. That has to be warmed up and activated. Then I hop into weighted squats where I actually have these two 20-pound, I still might have too much butt. Well, that cardio is going to help with that. That cardio will actually burn some of that butt fat. But I have two 20-pound ankle weights. And so I usually squat with those ankle weights. Now, you guys, I see a lot of people squat wrong. Y'all got to do y'all squats right. Those squats got to go deep. I personally prefer sumo squats, which are a little bit wider. So your stance is wider and you go all the way down. Like sumo squats, you got to go all the way down. You got to come all the way up. And so you have to make sure that when you're doing your squats, that you're leading with your butt. I see many people when they're squatting, they're going down like this. They're like, it's almost like their whole chest and their whole body's coming. When you squat, you have got to bring that butt. That butt should feel like you're about to sit on a chair. And a good way to get your form right, to hold yourself accountable for that, what I usually do, like if you have a cooler, that's like the perfect, because it's super low. But if you have, you know, like your typical cooler that you have on the floor, when you do your squats, lean, I want you to act like you're about to sit on that cooler and come back up and squeeze those glutes, okay? And you do about, how many reps do I do in those? I usually do, by the time the day is over with, I want to say I do about 45 before the day is over with. You should do a 4 a.m. Zoom class. Okay, I can do that for you, Kelly. Yeah, I'll have to do that for y'all. Put on my little workout gear and come do. I was thinking about that too for this. I was like, should I actually show you guys the moves? I didn't know how much y'all really wanted to know, but I can definitely come in and show you guys how I do my moves and what I'm doing at home. But yeah, those squats got to go all the way deep. And another thing that you can do while you guys are working out, I need you to be talking to yourself, okay? You can look stupid, you can sound stupid. You need to be talking to yourself like, hey, power it through. Hit it hard. That music is going, try doing some of your moves on the beat. When you do your moves on the beat, it helps you to stay accountable, okay? A lot of the times when you're in some of your moves, you're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, I can't go anymore. That is the place I want y'all to be at. And that's the place I like to get myself to. I want to get to a place, every workout, I have to get to a place where I feel like I can't push anymore. And that's when I at least push in 5 more reps. That's when I at least push in 10 more times, okay? Because that's when you're telling your mind, it doesn't matter how hard life gets, we still keep it going, right? We can push through this. We're strong enough to get to the other side. And that's when you start to see the results. So it really, like I said, it really is a mental battle that goes along with this, but you guys can do it. And like I said, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed with all these moves that I'm talking about, because all you got to commit to doing is just like 3 moves a day, and make sure you include cardio. If you are trying to lose fat, I need you to be burning that fatness. I need you to be running, okay? I need you to be sprinting. I need you to be taking off. I need that heart to feel like, oh my gosh, like this thing, listen, if your face and your whole body is not drenched in sweat by the time you are done, listen, you need to be drenched in sweat, okay? You don't want to go in there leaving anything left on that mat when you come out. And so there, you can get a yoga mat easily from Burlington. Walmart, you can get a yoga mat really from anywhere. You can get ankle weights. You can start out with some dumbbells. Maybe you guys buy cases of water. You can get bottles of water and literally use that as weight. Find different things in weight that you could use around the house. That's how I first started off, to be honest with you. I was figuring out things that'd be really good for weight training. So let me go back to the glutes. I'm sorry. So sumo squats, yes, and I like to use 40 pounds for the sumo squats. Go down, squeeze those butts, squeeze those cheeks, and keep doing that for my reps. And then once I do the sumo squats, there's a couple of different moves I do, but my favorite is the glute bridge, okay? And that's the weighted glute bridge. And you can easily do this with your resistance band. I like to do it with the resistance band, and I want about 100 pounds on there, and I want to keep pushing it, okay? I'm gonna show y'all all this on the video, right? I'm gonna have to just do a full out workout video for y'all. Gallons of water, yes. Tied to your mop or broom handle. Yes, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. Any weight that you have, try to use that weight and challenge your body, okay? Your body will change underneath the weight. The weight is very important, okay? Remember, muscle burns fat, but you want to do both. If you're going to work out those muscles, you got to put that cardio in too, okay? And so another thing that I like to do as well is pulsing lunges. And so that helps with those quads, and calves too. So pulsing with the lunges. And then, do you take any supplements to help speed up the weight loss? Actually, let's go ahead and talk into that, since I'm pretty much done with telling y'all a couple of the moves that I do. So now that we're in legs and weights, yes, you're going to do your glute bridges, you're going to do your squats, and all that great stuff. Okay. So now let's talk about eating habits. Y'all, this is where everything really is going to change. Now, I want y'all to understand about your eating habits. There's a certain portion, there's a certain amount of nutrition that we need every day. So I am pescatarian. For those of you who know, I eat seafood for when it comes to the protein, okay? I only eat seafood. I don't eat eggs. All I eat is seafood for my meat. And before, I was a chicken girl, okay? Before, your girl loved wings, okay? Every time I would go out to eat, y'all, I was ordering chicken wings. I used to love me some chicken wings, okay? And that was my cup of tea. So first, I was doing red meat. I was the girl when I would go out, we'd get filet mignon, and I would get the steak. I always had to have steak and lobster, or steak and shrimp. I love that combination. Then when I started to get more into my fitness, I kind of, peeled back from that steak and started just doing, okay, I'm just going to do chicken and seafood, okay? So then once I started doing the chicken, I still wasn't seeing a big change in my body. Then I went to just all seafood. And that's when the game changed for me for good, because it was like I was packing on weight and I was losing it. You know, I would lose it, pack it on, lose it. And I'm like, why does my weight keep going up and down? I'm not seeing the definition that I want. I'm not seeing like the results that I want. And so then I ended up starting doing being a pescatarian, and that was the best decision ever. I love it, especially I'm a seafood girl, so you know I love my crab boils. I'm that type of girl. So I love seafood. So I ended up changing it to being a pescatarian and with seafood. And seafood doesn't have all that blood in the meat. I was noticing that it was the blood that was making me feel weighted down. It was the blood that was breaking out my skin. It was all these different things. A lot of y'all are looking for that natural glow. You want that natural glow, sweat out those toxins in your workout and eat more vegetables, okay? Drink more water. That's what's gonna give you that natural glow. And I really need to do better on my water drinking. While I'm telling y'all, I try, but I don't drink as much as I should. There you go again. I know I am being led in that direction. Eventually vegan, but fish is great for now for so many reasons. Awesome. Yeah, there are a lot of people that love to go vegan. I'm not a huge fan of vegan personally. I know some of y'all you're vegans, you love being a vegan. It's like a religion to y'all, okay? These vegans out here, they don't play. They love being vegan. What I found personally I didn't like with some of the vegan foods that I've eaten is that I have an issue if I don't know what's in my food, you know? So with vegans, their food is really a lot of soy based, which, you know, soy is not really good for you like that. It's a substitute, but it's not really good for you. There's a lot of different meats, so like Beyond Meats and what are the other things? I know they do have now BurgerFi. What is that burger that they have? It's a Beyond Burger at BurgerFi, and it's so good, and it's eggplant based, right? But I still really don't know all of the ingredients that they put in that burger, even though it tastes good. So that was the biggest concern for me. And that's why I moved away from a lot of packaged snacks. You know, when you go into the middle of the aisles, right? And you see all those packaged snacks, you see chips, you see cookies. When you look at those ingredients, you're gonna see all of those ingredients and you're like, what the heck is all this stuff? At that point, I don't even know what I'm eating anymore. So for me, I stay away from kind of all those processed meats. And I like to just go for the raw meat. And like I said, there's no perfect meat out there. Even some of the seafood, the way they're breeding the seafood, the way they're breeding these chicken breasts and the chickens, and it really just got to pick your poison, okay? But that's just what works for me. Some people find going vegan works for them, okay? So it's just whatever works for you, whatever you feel led to do. Blood hormones and a bunch of stuff that's in meat now. Yes, exactly. That's what my body was feeling. Magnesium helps with leg cramps, get lots of natural fat, get in a lot of B vitamins to keep you in a better mode, focus, energy, and alertness. Eat a lot of greens, green, and green. Yes. So let's continue to talk about that. So now I eat seafood, okay? So kind of what my eating habits look like now is when I wake up in the morning and I do that hardcore workout, I'll either eat a protein shake, which I just ran out of protein, so I gotta go get some more. But protein is really good if you're trying to grow like your glutes or you're trying to grow certain muscles. And I usually take that like 30 minutes after my workout. If I don't take protein, I'll go ahead and just go into my breakfast. And my breakfast usually is a piece of salmon and a salad in the morning. And then a small bowl of bananas and grapes, okay? So on my salad, I have some croutons, which I get a little bit of carbs in there. But knowing my body type, I have to stay away from carbs, right? So carbs are good for the recovery of your muscles, but too many carbs, obviously, you know, carbohydrates turn into sugar pretty much in your body. Carbs turn into fat in your body, just like sugar turns into fat. So like even this past weekend, you know, we were celebrating my dad's birthday and my sister brought over some banana pudding. That banana pudding was so good, y'all. But what I did was, because I knew I was going to eat the banana pudding, I stayed away from the carbs, right? So I stayed away from the breads and rices and things like that. And I just ate the banana pudding. So you just have to figure out what works for you. Doesn't mean you can't indulge a little bit and have a good time. Father's Day is coming up. We're going to celebrate my dad again and we're going to eat some sweets and have a good time. But I just count my mind, okay, well, I know either way, this is going to turn into fat in my body. So which fat do I want to choose today? I'll just miss out on the rice today and I'll do the banana pudding. So that's kind of the way my mind goes. But yeah, I eat salad every single morning. And usually that salad I love the crunch of Caesar salad, romaine lettuce. But as you know, romaine lettuce doesn't have a lot of nutrients in it. So I'll do the romaine lettuce as a base and I'll add just green leaf spinach in there, okay? and then a little bit of dressing and some croutons and sometimes cherry tomatoes and call it a day. So it's weird now. I don't even eat breakfast anymore. I eat like real food during the mornings. All day I just eat real food. I don't even really eat breakfast anymore. I guess since I gave up eggs, but I am a sucker for waffles, but I had to stay away from that because, you know, I drown them in syrup and then I'm back to square one, okay? So I eat salmon in the morning, either salmon or shrimp. And then I'll have my salad and then I'll have my little bowl of fruit. And so that's what I do for the mornings. And then I usually time it and I like to do intermittent fasting. So I know, okay, if about three hours is going by, I need to at least eat 100-calorie snack or something. And then I'll end up doing the same thing. A lot of my meals are really repetitive now, but it's because I see the best results and it tastes good. I eat it so much that my body actually, it's like it craves it. It's like, dang, I want some salmon, or dang, I want a salad. I've been eating it so much that my body wants it. You know, I wake up getting excited to eat it, even if it's the same thing. So I love it. So I make a lot of salmon, shrimp. There are other fishes out there that I don't really care for. So I just stopped buying it because I would buy it and I never eat it. And so salmon is one of my faves. Today's meat is not safe anymore. I know. I stopped because there was a lot of sodium in it too. Yeah, I get that. Moderation. Why don't you eat eggs? I just don't eat eggs because I noticed the way it made me feel. After I would eat eggs, I started to get like cramps in my stomach and it just felt really weird. It was just like, I almost started getting pains because remember I had changed from eating the way I used to eat. And so when I started to kind of drift away from some of those other things, the eggs just wasn't working for me and I had to just get rid of the eggs. So I got rid of that altogether and then I felt really good about myself. Now I do have to say this. Once I changed my diet, I was getting sick a lot. So anytime like my daughter would get like a cold or she would get a fever, I literally would get it so easily because I was missing out on a couple of nutrients. So it's very important to have multivitamins, y'all. You should be taking multivitamins every single day. I love VitaFusion. My daughter and I, we both, I make sure I give her multivitamin every single night, the gummies. And I take my gummies every single night. And I always take them at night because when your body is resting, it's at a state where it can completely absorb all those vitamins. And so I always give it to my daughter before she goes to sleep. And then the same for me. So make sure you have an adult, multivitamin. They have them in gummies, they have them in pills, whatever form you want to do. But I do recommend VitaFusion brand. I love it. It's really good. And ever since I started taking those VitaFusion gummies, I have not gotten sick, y'all. My daughter has not gotten sick. It is crazy. I didn't realize that I was missing out on so many nutrients because I had changed my diet. So just be considerate of that. And so those are a little bit of my eating habits. And so the biggest thing that I want to encourage you guys to do as you commit to this, I want you to do these three things, okay? These three things. The first thing is commit to cardio, okay? Commit to cardio. Some of y'all are maybe watching this video and you're going to like, okay, I want to actually put a plan into place. Okay, I'm actually going to go out and try this thing. The very first thing I want you to do is commit to cardio. Even if you're not ready to pick up weights right now, you guys will see a tremendous difference if you start walking and running. Okay, so you walk for a little bit to warm up that body, start doing your sprint, start cardio, doing that cardio, and then walk, at the end, and you do that for a week, you're going to start to see you shed that fat. Okay, that's the very first thing. Okay, the next thing is, and I want to share this too, it's so crazy. It's the weirdest thing, but I was talking to my mom about her growing up and stuff, and she was like, yeah, she said in the 70s, she said, I grew up in the 70s, we were in school, we never saw an obese person. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, in the 70s, we never saw obese person. I think we saw one girl that was obese, and we all looked around and was like, oh my gosh, like it was a big thing back then. She said, because the foods, the foods were so natural. It wasn't as processed as the food is now. So you remember, if you ever watched those 70 shows, honey, those waists were snatched. Their bodies were beautiful, because their foods weren't as polluted as ours are now. So just keep that in mind, that some of the foods that we're eating, and so we have to put in we got to put in a little bit more extra work than what they used to have to do back in the day. I was like, dang, I wish I could live back then where you just eat and you just stay fit and that's just how you live, okay? Which is super cool. But the second thing, so the first thing is commit to the cardio, y'all. The second thing is have your eating habits, whatever that is. Somebody in here mentioned that they felt like they were trying to eat. They felt like they were trying to eat, but it wasn't working out for them. They were trying to eat well. You have to consider portion sizes too, okay? So your meat should be as big as, when we're talking about weight loss, and we're not talking about building muscle right now. If you're building muscle, you're going to actually have to eat and consume more protein. Like for me, I have to eat a lot because I'm growing muscle. Now to the point where I've kind of shed most of my fat and I can grow my muscle now. But if you're just trying to shed most of that fat off first and you're in that stage, you're going to want to portion out what you eat. So you could be eating completely healthy, but if you're eating huge portions, you're still going to gain weight. Okay, so for a perfect example, sugars, I have a sweet tooth like crazy. For me to satisfy that sweet tooth, I'll go to bananas and grapes or strawberries, right? Now I can satisfy that sweet tooth with candy, chocolate, with cookies. Both of them are sugars, but there's one sugar that's more healthier for you, that your body can easily break down better for you. And that's going to be the natural fruits, right? But if I eat, I don't know, 3 bowls of fruit, that's still sugar, right? That sugar is going to turn into fat in my body and I'm still going to gain weight. So even though you're eating healthy, that's a great first start, but now just take it back just a little bit, just a notch, and start cutting in half those portions, okay? And you might say, well, dang, I'm gonna be so hungry. No, what you do is make those portions small where you can eat more meals throughout the day. So make those portions smaller and eat 2 to 3 hours at the day. Maybe you don't even wanna start cardio until next week. Just say, okay, this week I'm gonna focus on my eating habits this week. And I'm just gonna and listen, y'all, I'm not an expert. Please, I should have said that before I came on here. Please don't think I'm an expert. This is just research that I've done over the years. I've always loved working out and researching the body and just different things like that. But I am not an expert, okay? I'm just giving you what I do. I can give you the best advice that I know how, but this is just what works for me. So I'm hoping that it'll work for you if you feel like this would be a great match for you and where you are in your life. But yeah, try cutting those meals in half and eat every 3 hours, okay? Or every 2 to 3 hours. It really is all about prolonged gratification, okay? So your body, if you're used to snacking all day, if you sit at the desk and you're on the phone and you just snack, your body is used to eating all the time, right? Now you have to tell your body, okay, we eat that snack and then we can't eat again until another 2 hours or another 3 hours. Then that's when you're putting yourself in the ketosis state where your body is able to burn that fat, right? Because you're not just eating. Now, as soon as you put that food into your stomach, your body is burnt. Now it has to process it all the way down. You're giving your body a whole 2 to 3 hours to process a granola bar. Does that make sense? Or you're giving your body 2 to 3 hours to process some peanuts that you just ate. You're not just eating the peanuts. You're not just eating the chips and stuff continuously, okay? So intermittent fasting is really great to start out with, and maybe that might be a good change for some of you guys. If you're the type of person that you like chicken, that's okay. Just try to eat a little bit more chicken breast, where it doesn't have so much fat. Anytime you're eating the meat on the bone, there's gonna be more fat there. There's gonna be more blood there. Try to eat the chicken breast and try and, start off with that. It's all about baby steps, y'all. This is all about what works for you, okay? I don't want people to feel like things are impossible. You figure out what works for you and then you move forward that way, okay? And then the third thing is make progress, okay? Make progress. I know that's very broad, but the third thing that I want you guys to do is just make progress, okay? So if you want to focus on the eating habit this week and start your workout plan next week, great. Just make progress. You should be seeing a change in your body. You should be able to see you burning some of that fat. There are little things that you can do throughout the day. If for some of you guys, you love snacks just like me. I love me some cookies. As soon as I go to the grocery store, I don't go into the middle of the aisles, okay? If I need to go into the middle of the aisles, I literally wait until my whole shopping visit is over. So as soon as I go into the grocery store, I'm hitting that right or I'm hitting that left, going straight to fresh produce, okay? I shop in fresh produce and I'll work my way around the perimeter of the grocery store. I'll take my way, to the seafood area, get my fish and stuff like that. And I'll go around to the refrigerator area. Then if I say, oh, I need some body wash, or oh, I need to get this, then I'll go into the inside of the grocery store and I'll come right back up. I'll come right back out. If I need more seasonings, oh, Mrs. Dash is really good. I know some of y'all feel like that's for old people because it doesn't have salt in it. But that's another thing too. A lot of people gain a lot of weight. They don't understand that salt turns into extra water weight in your body. You got to minimize that salt. So I do love cooking with Mrs. Dash. I use Mrs. Dash as the herbs. And then I'll use a salt-based seasoning as well with it. So, you know, before when I used to cook, baby, I would take that Old Bay, take some of that Tony Chachereros, how you pronounce it, and I sprinkle that baby, seasoned salt, okay, all of that. I know y'all love that. And I still have it, you know, when mama wants to throw down, depending on what type of meal she's making. But that's not what I eat on the regular. I try my best to keep certain things out of my house because I already know that I'm gonna want to eat it. Okay, maybe you like ice cream. I do get ice cream cones because my baby, she's at that age where she loves ice cream. But what we do is we get the little small mini cones. Okay, so it's not the big old ice cream cones where you just literally, it's like 250 calories per cone. We're getting the little, I think they're like 90 or 100 calorie cones. So there's just different things, different ways around things. But I do go around the perimeter of the store, and I don't go into the middle of the store until last. The middle of the aisles always have packaged and processed food, right? Packaged and processed snacks. That's where I get weak, okay? So that's where you just have to be careful and know, okay, if I do go into the middle aisles, I'm only getting these 3 things. I need to go to this aisle for this seasoning. I need to go to that aisle for some wipes or some, I don't know, body wash or whatever the case, and I'm coming right back out, okay? The only way I'll stroll is if I'm on the outside perimeter of the grocery store, because then I have to, you know, those things have to be refrigerated, meaning that they're perishable items. They're not going to rot on you. Some of you guys have to watch out for your carbs. I am a carb girl. Like I told you, I love chips, okay? Chips is my thing. I'm good with chips. One thing that you can do for carbs is sweet potatoes, okay? Cut out those all that white starch, y'all, French fries, all of that. Y'all got to stay away from that stuff, okay? Cut out all of those white starches. Even rice, y'all know, I'm Black and Puerto Rican, honey. We love us some rice. I especially my dad's Puerto Rican rice, which I just had some this past weekend. And I hadn't had it in a while, y'all. I love me some rice. I literally, before, I had to eat rice with every meal. Like I had to have rice with every meal, point blank, period. Now I don't even eat carbs with my meals. Now I have a little bit, like if I'm doing some croutons or stuff, to try to kind of satisfy that. But I try my best to stay away from that. I still eat pizza. You know, you guys can eat pizza or whatever the case. You just got to know in your mind, what did I eat today? You know, if I haven't eaten any carbs, okay, I can actually afford to eat a slice of pizza this evening, you know, for dinner or something. But if you know you woke up eating waffles and cereal and all this stuff, then you may not want to eat a very carby meal that night. So you just kind of hear your body out and play with it a little bit. See what works for you. And you got to be committed to the progress, okay? Obviously, you got to be committed to the process, but I want you to see progress. So once you start implementing this eating habit, you should be able to look at yourself and say, I'm starting to see a little bit different. This is kind of a little loose on me, you know? You'll start to see yourself shedding that fat. Does this make sense to y'all? Is there anything I can help you guys with as we come to a close tonight? Are there any other additional questions that I can answer? I really hope I was being as clear as possible. I know it was like information overload. I didn't realize it was going to be this type of turnout for the workout fitness, but I'm going to have to come back on here and do like a live demonstration of like my workout, my form and things like that. Queen Kelly says, 1, commit to cardio. Yes, that is the number one thing I ask for anybody on here. Commit to cardio. Don't worry about, oh my gosh, I can't do weights and I don't know if my form. Commit to cardio. Your body will shed all of that fat off with just the cardio, okay? And when you commit to that cardio and all that fat is shed, then you can worry about building up that muscle, okay? So I don't want to overwhelm you all tonight. Number 2, know what eating habits work for you. Yes, great job, Queen Kelly. So if you are having your meals, okay? If you need to cut those meals in half, if you need to stretch your meals out into every 3 hours, okay? Maybe you need to cut back on certain red meats. Figure out what works for you right now and just start to see progress in your body, okay? Number 3, shop on the outer aisles of the store. Yeah, good job. I didn't even include that in the list, but I'm glad that you wrote that down. Yes, shop in the outer aisles of the store. That helps with temptation, okay? That helps with temptation. And number 4, commit to the process. Yes, commit to the process. But actually, number 4 is commit to seeing progress, okay? Yes, you are going to commit to the process, but I want you guys to commit to seeing progress. So as long as you're seeing progress in your body, as long as you're seeing progress in the way you feel, as long as you're seeing progress in your mindset through this, you will continue to go through this, right? You're going to commit to it. I see a lot of people try and work out and try to change some of their eating habits. They try to change a lot of these different things and they get overwhelmed, you know, because they feel like okay, well, oh my, I got so much to do and I got such a high goal to reach. And it's like, don't even worry about it. Just take it one day at a time. Just take it one day at a time and say, you know what? I'm going to commit to progress this week. What do I want to see change in me this week? Okay, maybe I want to see that I've lost 3 pounds this week, okay? Or 2 pounds this week. Go ahead and execute that plan. And if you see progress and it says, oh, I lost 1.5, or I lost 2 pounds or 3 pounds this week. Great. That is progress. We celebrate that. And that means it's working. Let's keep going into it. So commit to the process and commit to seeing the progress. Okay. As you continue to see the progress, you'll start to stay more consistent in it, and it will actually change your appetite and what you're eating. Okay. When you continue to work out, you're not going to want to eat all that junk. Now, confession. I ate me some hot Cheetos last night. I have not eaten the hot Cheetos and I can't tell you how long. But I told my little sister came over to my house, and it's, summer break for them. And we had like a little movie night or whatever. And I was like, my snacks got to be on deck when I'm watching the movie. And I said, you got that snacking spirit. Because every time you come in my house, I want snacks. When I'm on my own, I'm good. But when she comes around, when family comes around, you want to eat and have fun. It's just a part of the culture, right? And I shouldn't have ate those hot fries, y'all. But I woke up this morning, and I worked out for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, okay? And I packed on extra cardio, and I'll be working out again tomorrow morning. So you just gotta, you gotta go with the flow. I don't want you guys to feel like you're restricted on life. I don't want you guys to feel like you can't enjoy life. I love cake. I love sweets. I love chocolate. I love all that stuff, but there's always a balance to everything, right? Queen Kelly is laughing at me. I love it. There's always a balance to everything in life. So I really hope that this helped y'all. I really pray that it blessed you guys. Because the Lord does want to be He wants to be glorified, not only in our inner temple with our relationship with Him, but also our outer temple, okay? This is a body that we should be taking care of. There are certain things that we should be doing so that we can live a long life. We could be here for our children. We could be there to help other people. We could be there to expand within our, whatever it is God wants us to do. We're going to need our help, our health in tip-top shape to do that. So I really pray that this blessed y'all. Are there any questions before we end the call? Hey, Courtney, welcome in, Queen. Are there any questions before I end this video? You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, DM me and let me know how it goes. DM me and let me know how it goes, Queen Kelly. Well, I'm so happy that y'all came in here tonight. Oh, look at her. She's so beautiful. I love Courtney. I'm so happy y'all came in here tonight. Listen, please share this video. There are a lot of women out there that just had a baby and they're trying to figure out how to, that was the one thing I wanted to tell y'all too. Oh, I'm so glad I remember before I left. Okay, for those of you who had a baby and who had the C-section, she said, sounds good, I will. Thank you so much, Queen Kelly. For those of you who had the C-section, that was one of my hardest parts, okay, to work out. It was really hard. I couldn't even suck in my stomach. I couldn't even suck in my abs down there. When I started doing this thing, y'all remember Shaun T back in the day? When Shaun T used to be on those info commercials and they used to be doing like this, that tilt, what he used to say, tilt, tight, and tuck, or tilt, tuck, and tight, something like that. Y'all, that move, I was never able to suck in my lower abs after my surgery. After doing that move, I was able to do it. And actually, that move is very popular among the Asian culture overseas. And what they do is they literally are taking their abs and they're sucking it all the way in, and you do it over and over again. Sometimes I do that in between my cardio. When I tell y'all it gets all that, I have never been able to pull my lower abs in after that surgery. When I started doing that, I was able to do it. So remember when I talked about warming up your abs before you do cardio? That's another good move that you could be doing to warm up the cardio. And you can also go to the side to get those obliques on the side and get that waistline that we're looking for. So I gotta come on here and do one of those demonstrations for y'all. I know y'all been asking about it. Now that you're asking about it on here, now I got to deliver. Okay, so I'm going to figure out a day that I can do that for you. But I hope that helps. I'm so happy that y'all came. Like I said, please make sure that you share this video. There are men and women out there that feel like it's impossible to lose the weight. They feel like they have so much weight on them, they don't think they'll ever be able to lose it. And that is not the truth. They can actually start making the progress. And remember what I said, it's all about progress, okay? It's one day at a time. As long as you're making progress, you are good to go. You are on track. The moment that you stop making progress is the moment where you can find yourself being back in that old place. So just continue to make progress and put some of those steps in place. And like I said, tag somebody in this video who needs it. Tag somebody in this video who needs to be encouraged when it comes to weight gain, who needs some practical tips to help them through this journey, and share this video to help them and reach more people so that we can help people learn how to take care of their bodies and learn how much God loves them, right? God loves them in the midst of their business. He loves them in the midst of their families. He loves them in the midst of some of the hardest things they may experience. God still loves them. So thank y'all for joining, and I hope y'all have a good night. Bye.